Hello, Promise Fellows. This is the tutorial for how to build a student in OnCorps. So to begin, you're going to want to go to the OnCorps website, and just as a reminder, the URL for that is mn.oncorreports.com. Make sure you select the correct program year of 2018-2019, and then click Submit. And you're going to want to scroll down to the Minnesota Alliance with Youth. And if you are a member of the Osprey Corps, you'll use the 20 MSY school turnaround. If you are a member of any of our other small corps, you'll use the 200 MSY statewide. No matter which one you're logging into, make sure you log in as an AmeriCorps member. This will bring you to the login screen, and here you'll enter your login information. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'll be using a sample account. And this brings you to the OnCorps homepage. To build a new student, you'll want to hover over Reporting, hover over Submit Reports, and then click on Student Tracking. This brings you to the list of students that you've created and that you're working with. So to create a new student, you simply hit Create New Student. And then that will bring up the page where you can enter your new student's information. And so we'll just go through and do that as an example today. So their first name, let's go with Luke. Last name, Skywalker. For gender, right now you can only enter male or female, which obviously isn't a perfect representation, but just do the best you can with that for now. For birth date, we'll enter in, let's do October 26th. And instead of scrolling back through all of the months to get to their birth year, you can simply edit it here. We'll do 2000. So that means that Luke Skywalker is 18 years old, which would make him a 12th grader. And then you'll have to enter his race or ethnicity. Once again, this is not an exhaustive list, but just do the best you can with this. And then we will enter his Mars number. Mars number is a unique 13-digit code that every student in the state of Minnesota has, and we use this number to track students throughout their entire school career, so that if you work with a student in 6th or 7th or 8th grade, we can track them and see where they graduate and when they graduate, and that way we're able to measure the impact you've had on their educational career. So this is a fake student, so I'll just make up a Mars number. Make sure you enter it twice the same way, and then select your service site. I'll just pick a random one right now. And then for county, make sure you're entering the county that your service site is in. Even if your student lives in a different county than your service site, county is simply asking for the service site's county, not the student's home county. And then for status, you'll want to select actively serving unless you're building a comparison student, in which case you've selected comparison student. For this, we'll select actively serving. Then you come down to additional demographic info. Enter this information if your site allows you to. Just make sure you check with your supervisor. A lot of sites only share this information on a site-wide basis and don't share some of it for individual students. And we'll go down to the baseline attendance, student engagement, and work completion. Here we just enter the information we've gathered about this student. We'll start with attendance. Let's say that we were tracking this student for the month of September, and there were 19 days in that month. And in baseline benchmark description, we'll enter last academic month. Let's say that Luke was absent 5 days and tardy to school 4 days. So that means that this student would qualify via attendance. Then for now, we're not going to do anything with the SEI. We're just going to go over to work completion. And here we'll enter 2 year-long courses that the student is in so that we can track it over the course of the entire year. So let's say one of their courses is Algebra 2, and one of Luke's courses is Biology. And we'll say these are also for the last academic month of September. Let's say in Algebra 2, Luke completes 70 to 80% of the work, and in Biology, he completes 50 to 60. Now we go down to start date, and we'll say that we started serving this student on October 1st. then you're going to want to click Save when you get to that point. Now you see that Luke pops up here in your list of students that you're serving. Now you can enter their SEI data. To do that, you hit Edit Profile. While the information you've entered is still here, scroll down, and now there's an option to create a link. So click on Create, and this is the link for their personal SEI survey. So copy this link into a new tab, and then the SEI, a blank version of the SEI will pop up, and go through and enter in the answers that each student gave you. So here, this is obviously a random student, so I'll just randomly enter answers in, but when you're doing this, you'll need to give the answers that the students actually gave. Then click Submit. Then OnCorps will tell you, thank you, your engagement survey has been submitted. Go back to the Student tab, reload this. Then for Luke, hit Edit Profile again. Now you can see that his SEI score has been totaled for you and that it's in OnCorps. So you can go down and hit Save. And now Luke is saved as your student. You have all of his baseline information entered and all of his demographic information entered. And now, throughout the course of the year, you'll be able to edit benchmark and add weekly intervention. So that is how you build a new student in OnCorps. Thank you.